Alrighty guys, this is Fluffy Thieves here with the Stanley Parable. I hadn't ever really heard anything about this game. I knew it was a mod for Half-Life, but then I found out they made it a legit game. And from everything I've read, it just sounds like a really fun experience. So it took me a while to get it to actually start playing. I had to play it in windowed mode, which is weird because it's windowed and windowed and windowed and windowed. Some true Inception stuff going on here. Anyway, let's start the game, see what we have going on for us. The end is never the end, is never the end is loading. Well, okay then.
This is the story of a man named Stanley. Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427. Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job. And Stanley was happy. And then one day, something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow. No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened, this complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
Oh, I can play. Alright, this is reminding me so much of the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. Alright, let's see, can I use you? 4, 8, 15, 16, 23, 42? Michael? Walt? Anyone? Alright, so this game is definitely not lost. Let's see, can I open any of these doors? Nope.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Should I listen to the narrator? Well, I guess so. Let's find out. Where is the meeting room? Meeting room? Leaf? Hello?
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
You don't get to tell me what to do. Yeah, you do. This place really likes leaves, man. Can I jump? Nope, no jumps.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Yes, sir. Do not alter without consulting whiteboard manager. Can I erase you? Get out of here. Hello. The future was yesterday. Tomorrow is now? That's not how that works. Uh-oh, guys. Chris is in the broom closet. Poor guy. Okay, then. Poor paper synergize guy. Rate of increase in graphs per slide. Whoa. Someone really hates slides. On your boss appreciation minute worksheet, circle the top 20 things you love most about your boss. Fill out in triplicate and return to your boss appreciation specialist. Solving interpersonal conflict. If you ever find yourself in a conflict with another diligent employee, Like your self, but more inclined toward conflict, unless you're the kind of person who initiates conflict. Oh. Plant life. Ah, so charred. Such amazing. So spring break. Talk less, dude. Don't get fired. Alright, guys. Can I go in you? I thought someone was trapped in here.
Stanley stepped into the broom closet, but there was nothing here, so he turned around and got back on track.
I don't trust you. I'll be back, broom closet.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
I'm surprised this guy isn't saying "would you kindly" before everything. Ooh, it's nice up here. Psh, I didn't have to use the bathroom anyway. Hello? Is anyone here?
Stepping into his
Hello?
manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this. What dark secret was being held from him? What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number, 2845. But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this.
Okay. Where's that keypad?
Stanley just sat around twiddling his thumbs. Trying to input anything on the device was useless, since he could never... Stanley simply began entering random codes into the keypad, knowing full well the sheer statistical unlikelihood that this would ever result in a correct combination. If he knew that the combo was 2845.
You need to calm down, sir.
Yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct code by sheer luck. Amazing. He stepped into the newly opened passageway.
Getting some serious Portal vibes here. Where's Ratman? He's gotta be in here somewhere. It's too dark. Oh my god. I don't like elevators. Loading, 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 loading.
Descending deeper into the building, Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job. Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him? This question would not go unanswered for long.
Thank you, psychic narrator.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
I think I'm being... Oh... I want to escape, but... I can't do what the narrator says.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out?
Are we gonna watch the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills? Guess not. Yes, yes, next.
Now the monitors jumped to life, their true
God.
nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing.
Oh my god. How come only one of them was fired? Gonna fire everyone. Dang. 4104. He never stood a chance.
This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true.
Ooh,
Had
601 got
Stanley
fired.
really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly?
I don't know about this.
No, he refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never! It was unthinkable, wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world?
You're kind of a dick, narrator.
But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy, or sad, or content. Walking, eating, working. All of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he would dismantle the controls once and for all.
Oh, hell yeah. You're turning into a badass, Stanley. Let's do this. Facility power. Oh. What's that say? I can't read that. I don't know.
And when at last he found the source of the room's power, he knew it was his duty, his obligation, to put an end to this horrible place and to everything it stood for.
I don't know. If I turn off, I'm gonna die. I just have this feeling. Oh, I can move. I think.
Blackness and a rising chill of uncertainty. Was it over?
I don't know.
He had won. He had defeated the machine, unshackled himself from someone else's command. Freedom was mere moments away. And yet, even as the immense door slowly opened, Stanley reflected on how many puzzles still lay unsolved. Where had his co-workers gone? How had he been freed from the machine's grasp? What other mysteries did this strange building hold? But as sunlight streamed into the chamber, he realized none of this mattered to him, for it was not knowledge or even power that he had been seeking, but happiness. Perhaps his goal had not been to understand, but to let go. No longer would anyone tell him where to go, what to do, or how to feel. Whatever life he lives, it will be his. And that was all he needed to know. It was perhaps the only thing worth knowing. Stanley stepped through the open door.
Damn, that was deep. Looks like I'm about
Stanley
to play
felt
Minecraft.
the cool breeze upon his skin, the feeling of liberation, the immense possibility of the new path before him. This was exactly the way, right now, that things were meant to happen. And Stanley was happy.
All of the feels. Huh? Well, I beat the game. That was pretty quick. Is that it? Well, I'm back at the beginning. Alright, so that was the first part, I guess. That was ending number 1 just by following everything the narrator said. I think in the next playthrough, we should follow that escape door. Alright, guys. It is now... Can't even tell. Alright. See you guys back here for part 2. Defying the narrator.